Okay, God bless. Here we go.
All right. Hi, Tom. Good day to you. My name is Nicolette. I am the creator for the podcast titled You're Worthless. Read that again. The juxtaposition of your very soul. Thank you very much for actually reaching out and saying that you're interested to be interviewed. When I read your profile, I was like, I was always okay. Okay. Just before we dive, maybe a bit of introduction about myself, how I got into energy. I went through some traumatic event, and then went inwards, and then sort of played with the idea of okay, maybe there's something more than just this body, and that's why I ventured into that. And then when I saw your work, I'm like, I have to get him on board on the show. So yes, okay, I'd like to read a bit of introduction about yourself to our listeners, and then we can dive into it. Okay. So hey all, we have Tom Paladino here, a distinguished scalar energy researcher hailing from Florida. He delved into the profound realm of scalar energy, the fundamental life force, permeating every aspect of our world, space, and universe. So his groundbreaking theories propose that scalar energy serves as the genesis of all energy in the universe. He envisions the sun of our solar system and the stars scattered across the cosmos as the ultimate sources of or storehouses of stellar energy. My God, that's like science and spiritual. I cannot wait to hear it from you. So, Tom, we start. Maybe we can start with what was it like growing up as Tom Paladino?
I had an idyllic childhood. By the way, thank you for the invitation to speak to your audience. Thank you. I had an idyllic childhood. I had two great Catholic parents. They helped me out a great deal. I owe so much to them. And today, in many ways, I'm an extension of my parents. So I had a great childhood. I was always inquisitive as a child. I loved invention. I loved science. I wanted to understand nature. And I pursued that throughout my life. And now I think I know a little bit about nature, in particular how energy is, if you will, administered throughout the universe. So that's a thumbnail sketch of my bio, if you will.
Right. Okay. So I'm just gonna go right into the question. Like, this is my personal question to you. Like, could you share with us what was the journey slash moment slash event that led you to come up with the overarching theory that scalar energy serves as a genesis of all energy in the universe?
There is a God, and God works through light energy. God's preferred method of administering action is light. Let light be made. So light is the fundament, and light is the primal force in the universe. So when you work with light, you're really working with the hand of God, so to speak. And that's what I have. I have light instruments, energy instruments that allow me to work with nature in a very consummate fashion. I can control nature with these instruments.
But okay. So your career, maybe you can walk us through your career, like.
Yes. It started when I was reading about a scientist, Nikola Tesla. Great scientist.
369.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
And I said to myself, this man's a genius. Why aren't we working with his principles? He had so many
Yes.
inventions. Well, many of his inventions, sadly, have yet to be realized. He was way ahead of his time, as they say. So I'm trying to follow up, fill in the void, and continue on with Tesla research, Nikola Tesla. For instance, Tesla develops free energy instruments. Behind me is a scalar energy instrument. Tesla called it radiant energy. I call it scalar energy. This is the energy of the sun and the stars. This instrument is so powerful, Nicolette, if I hold a light bulb close to the instrument, the light bulb will illuminate.
Wow.
That's free energy from a scalar energy instrument. And here's another indication. It's so much energy that even a fluorescent tube in a factory packaging can still illuminate under the influence of scalar energy. So this is free energy. This is the free energy of the sun and the stars, and this is where we're going with this new type of energy, with this new paradigm.
Wow. Okay, scalar energy. To be honest, I haven't read anything about your invention. Can you tell us what have you made so far?
Yep. Presently, I'm using scalar energy to improve informational health, quantum health, or what some of us call energetic health. It's not a biological process. It's energy transfer. Now, to be very clear, I don't work with people. My instrument works with photographs. This is my photograph.
Yeah.
If I were to take my photograph and place it in the instrument would send energy into my photograph. It's the quantum field. It's not biological. So my photograph would receive a download of information, energy into my photograph. That's the new science where I can be in two places at once. My photograph is my bilocated version, and I can illuminate my mind through quantum energy.
So does that mean that if you have my photograph there, you can do the same thing?
Yes. And this is what we're going to reach out to your audience. I want your audience to send in their photograph. We offer everybody in the world 15 days of free sessions. Anybody in the world can be treated for free for 15 days. And this is the way I introduce this new science to people. So keep in mind, you don't visit my office. I don't work with flesh and bones. I work with force fields, energy fields, signatures on a photograph. It's a new science. This is Tesla science.
So how does one know when they're illuminated? Like how do you feel? Like what are the telltale signs of that?
Very good. You're happier. Many people feel a surge of energy. Look, if so much energy can go into this light bulb to power it, imagine that energy going into your mind and your 7 chakras. People feel invigorated. They're happy. It's a surge of energy. That's what we're doing. We're giving people a surge of energy. And you don't have to visit an office.
And does that happen instantaneously?
Yes, that's a good question. Why? Because scalar energy works instantaneously. It's the energy of God. It's the light of God. And God does not have to travel from one place to another. God is omnipresent. So scalar energy is omnipresent.
Speed of light then.
Yes. Yeah, so to speak.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm interested. I have let's say I have a family member who's actually undergoing chemotherapy. Will that work? Can I?
It will. Why not? It will help them in some capacity. I can't make any medical claims because I don't work in the medical field.
Right. Okay.
And I'm not trying to sidestep your question. There have been miracle cures. I can't speak to that myself. That's God's doing. But I work with anybody. I encourage anybody to send in their photograph. And then we'll let God make that decision who is benefited from it.
Okay. So I'd like to ask, why is light healing the future of healing?
It's simple and effective. There's very little expense in sending me your photograph. You don't have to visit an office. You don't have to have surgery. This is not a consultation. You simply send in your photograph. I receive many photographs throughout the day. So it's effective, it's simple, inexpensive, and safe. This is the new way of living. We're moving beyond the physical, and we're going to the non-physical. The physical has its obstacles. There are many encumbrances with the physical dimension. When we go to non-physical, we remove those obstacles.
So, how expansive is your work right now? Like,
on any given day, Nicolette, I'm working with 500,000 photographs. So the word is getting out. Yeah, 500,000 photographs.
500,000?
Yes.
500,000?
Yes, on any given day. So we're becoming very popular because it works. If you look at our website, we have so many testimonies on our website. this is beneficial. People feel the benefits, and then they pass on the information to others.
Right. Okay. So now, how can scalar energy be utilized as an unlimited supply of energy, and thereby, putting an end to the energy crisis? Like,
Yeah.
what I'm hearing here is that you're trying to realize what Nikola Tesla was trying to do before. So,
Correct. Correct. So again, if I can take a light bulb and illuminate it locally in my laboratory, I want to be able to take this energy, and this light bulb, if it's 1,000 miles away, I want to be able to illuminate it at a distance. If I can do that, then one scalar energy instrument can light up a city. And once I can
one,
prove that, well, this one instrument could light up a building, a skyscraper, a city. And once I can prove that, then we're on to something.
that thing, that small little thing behind you can light up a building?
Yes, yes. That's my projection. I have to learn how to take this energy, magnify it, and send it at a distance. If I can perfect that, then that will be the end of the energy crisis.
Can I ask something as well? Have you ever approached any of your um government authorities
No,
about this?
no,
No?
no, no. I live in the
Okay.
United States, and the United States is corrupt. The government in the United States is very corrupt, so I choose to work with people. No, we have a very terrible, a poorly run government and a very corrupt government.
Okay. Okay. I don't want to dive into that, but okay. I'm from Malaysia, by the way.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful.
So, okay, I'm gonna repurpose some of your questions in your profile. So, what is a single source where all light in the universe is initiated, and why does this matter?
I believe this energy is from God. So I believe all energy, light is from God. If you look at the stars, something is giving light power to the stars. It's God. Now, if God can store his light in a star, all we have to do is tap into the star. This is a miniature star, and we have an unlimited supply of energy. Not only is it unlimited, but it's clean. There's no chemicals. You don't have to drill for oil. You don't have to frack. You do not have to build a wind turbine. There's no motors. There's no chemicals. Now, if the world had free, clean energy or relatively inexpensive energy, this would help mankind immeasurably. This would help the human race. That's where we're going. I want to help the human race.
How long does it take to build one?
That's a good question because all the parts have to be machine made. Everything is handcrafted, so you're looking at close to a year.
So for now you've only got one, or you've got a few.
I have
What
a
are
number.
you have a
number
number.
of it.
So I know you may this may be too premature or maybe quite confidential, but what are your maybe short term or medium term
Yeah,
plans about this?
I don't want to be confidential. I want to be public.
Okay, yes, okay,
First we're gonna heal the world by way of a photograph.
right.
And once the world realizes that this is valid, then we'll move on to energy generation, anti-gravity. We'll use this energy for our intelligence. This will enhance human thinking, cognitive ability. There's so many applications. But for the next 2 to 3 years, I have to get the message out. Maybe you can help me in Asia. That this
Yeah,
energy is
definitely.
chi or prana. That's what I'm working with.
Exactly.
I'm going to put
Sure.
this in terms that people of the Asian nations would be familiar with.
Yes.
Scalar energy is life force, chi, prana, mana, om. Some people call
I
it
have a tat.
some people call it 0 point energy. So this should be very familiar to people around the world. Why? It's as old as the stars. We're all familiar with the stars.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So, why scalar energy is to human enhancement as photosynthesis is to plants?
The inventor, I'm not the original inventor, it was a man by the name of Galen Hieronymus, used these instruments to grow plants in his basement in the dark. He covered up the windows in his basement, growing plants with scalar energy. He proved that scalar energy is the primal force behind photosynthesis. So, if we can grow plants in the dark with scalar energy, then this energy should also enhance people and animals and other plants and objects. And that's the point I want to, that's the analogy that I want to make. If you can grow plants in the dark with scalar energy, then it should benefit people and animals.
So do you work with people in Asia so far? What's the demographic?
I'm starting to. I live in North America. I live in the United States. I'm starting to work with people in Asia, but the word has not gotten out. I need help. Maybe you could help me spearhead this in Asia.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Please, I do travel to Hawaii every once in a while, but I rarely go to Asia. There's only so much time I have. I'm the only researcher right now. So,
Right.
how do we introduce this to the world? We give away
Yes.
15 days of free sessions. My website is scalarlight.com. Anybody in the world can visit the website, scalarlight.com, and we'll provide free sessions for your entire family for 15 days. You just
So
email
how
us. Email us
so
your
how
photo.
does that work? So how does that work? Okay, so when they send the photos,
Yeah.
and then what's the process?
Okay. So you send photographs to us, and we print them on a collage like that. Okay.
Okay.
And then day one, what do? Day
Mhm.
one, we practice 3 modalities. Immediately, we'll take your photograph and we'll match it up with a photograph of, say, a fungus or a bacterium. This is Candida albicans. By placing your photograph, your family photographs inside the instrument with photographs of microbes, the
Right.
instrument will find the microbe, this fungus, in you and eradicate it.
Whoa.
So by taking photographs of germs, microbes, we can find that microbe and destroy it. Here's another microbe, Streptococcus mutans. By finding these microbes through a photograph, we can send the energy of Streptococcus mutans into your family photographs, into my photograph. We find that bacterium and it breaks apart. So we
Right.
instruct the instrument by way of photographs of germs, of microbes, and then we simply communicate the microbe to the person. It's all communication. It's energy communication.
So if I'm reading you correctly, if I'm hearing you correctly, bacteria, microbes, so does that work with mutated cells as well?
Well, I haven't been able to prove that. I can by my testimonies on my website. People will send us testimonies.
Right.
And here's a testimony for Epstein-Barr. And this person tells me they no longer have a viral load for Epstein-Barr. Here's the test result: no viral load for Epstein-Barr. So we have great success with viruses, bacteria, fungi. Now, can we reprogram the cell? I believe that's what's happening. I'll speak for myself. I believe I've slowed down the aging process. I feel
Yeah,
I feel
that's really working.
energized. I feel energized. I feel happy with this. I believe this is probably helping my mitochondria. Can I prove that? No, that's a theory.
So how long have you been operating this scalar energy? And now that you said you're experiencing this, you're basically reversing.
Yes, I am. I'm slowing down
Your
aging. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am 63 years of age, and I think I've slowed down my aging. You're right. I've been under treatments now for close to 30 years. I've been treating myself with scalar energy for 30 years. And
Wow.
I've only had positive results. And one of the reasons you have positive results, again, energy is fundamental, but there's no drawback, there's no downside, there's no negative consequences. We're not working with chemicals. These are not drugs. There's no physical administration here. We're not working with electrons or protons. It's information. And information is enhancing.
Basically, you were working with God, right? To put it simply.
Yes, we are working with the light of God. This
With
is the
the
light
light.
of God. This is the light of Jesus. You're right. This is divine energy. That's why My work is not electromagnetic. This is not an electrical instrument. This is more along the line of the Ark of the Covenant. This is the modern day version of the Ark of the Covenant.
Wow, that's like music to my ears. Okay. Um, what is the true importance of this energy to our overall well-being?
No, if this sends instructions, energy into us, those instructions should improve our spiritual, mental, physical health. And that's what people tell me. After I work with them, they feel happy. Now, nobody can prove that yet because this is unique. Nobody has duplicated my work. So I have to rely upon testimonies. This is how
Right.
cutting edge this is. This is groundbreaking. This is new. And nobody's been able to duplicate my instruments, and nobody has my ability. So I have to rely upon the testimonies of the people. And the testimonies from the people say, yes, I feel better.
I think you're Nikola Tesla. Are you sure you're not a lineage from him?
I, I admire him tremendously, and I have a duty to
Yeah,
follow
me
up with
too.
his work.
Me too. Yeah. So okay, Tom, I'm gonna pivot one question to back to the essence of my podcast. My
Sure.
podcast talks a lot about self-worthiness, self-discovery, also spiritual in nature. So a question about self-worth. In your opinion, what are some of the common misconceptions about self-worth, and how can we debunk them to help others on their journey of self-discovery?
Energy, light. Everybody's made in the image of God. God created us. So we have this divine light in us. And the way we think and the way we feel really is an extension of that divine light. So if everybody's made in the image of God, then everybody is priceless to God. People should feel
That's
that way.
true.
Everybody
Yeah.
should feel happy about themselves, comfortable about themselves. I I think people are wonderful. And I think with a little bit of direction, people can enjoy a much better lifestyle. A much better lifestyle. A little bit of direction if they listen and pay attention. So I think this energy will prove that we're made in the image of God. We all have an infinite worth in the eyes of God, and we all have incredible potential.
Yeah. So that basically, I love your messaging. It's also consistent. Basically, everything points back to the light of God. Pretty much, I'm gonna just write the title of the episode, "The Light of God, Future of Healing." So, okay, Tom, I think this is gonna be among the shortest interview that I'm gonna have, but I think it's very straight to the point, and I love it. Yeah. So, okay, few more questions. What is your heart's greatest wish? It's almost
I,
traditional that I ask this.
I'd like to see world peace, Nicolette. I'd like to see the world at peace. And one of the
Mm,
ways we can have peace is we have to remove the economic unfairness. We have to remove from this system the monopolies of the world. Scalar energy
yeah,
will level the playing field and make energy accessible to everyone. Many people live in poverty because they don't have the means of energy, or energy is too expensive for them to have a suitable lifestyle. If we have
yeah,
free energy, then we're going to be able to change the lifestyle of billions of people around the world, billions of people around the world. So consider what's being said here. We want to change the world. I think this invention is one of those ways to change the world.
I am so compelled to ask a question that could be controversial, but yeah, it's just an opinion. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you said you don't have a projection yet, right? But what do you think if in the next 2 to 3 years even, people are already turning to this? And what do you think are going to be the reactions of people that are in power?
I work for the common good. I work for people in general. And
Right.
the world will catch on to what I'm doing by grassroots effort. And I don't work with government
Yeah.
or big business. It's a grassroots effort. And the people will bring this forward as a grassroots movement. The people of power, well, their false god is money. And there, many of those people who follow the false god of money will never listen. They'll never listen.
Wow, I love that. So do you have a mantra that you live by?
Yes. Love God, love your neighbor, love yourself. It's very
Perfect.
simple, isn't it?
I can see you're a very simple man. What gets you up in the morning?
I love what I'm doing, and I see the potential. I see where we're going with this. I see how we can change the world with this technology.
I'd like to be an ambassador.
Please, you already are. You know, to be quite candid, the fact that you granted me an interview, now the audience will now understand what we're doing, that we have free energy instruments, and that we should really expand upon this, and the world should be using free energy. So please, yeah, let's work together. Sadly, I have really very little following in Asia, simply by virtue of the fact that I don't live there.
Do you have social media?
Yes, we do. On our website, we have our social media handles on our homepage. Yes.
Okay, then I will connect to you and your team via social media.
Yeah.
So, okay. So do
There's
you?
one other
Yes,
aspect I want to point out, and this is what
yes,
you
please.
also experience when you send me your photograph. I also treat for vitamins and minerals and antioxidants.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to hold up vitamin B3. This is a photograph, magnified photograph of vitamin B3. If
Right.
I place my photograph side by side, niacin, vitamin B3, there's a sharing of information. Now, once again,
You're gonna absorb that B3.
Yes, we're going to download vitamin B3 into the quantum field, my photographic force field. Okay, that's the download of light, and that download of light will give me vitamin B3. So this
Wow.
process that I observe every day will give us our vitamins. This is how we can enhance our health through vitamin therapy, through energy.
Wow. Wow. There's not even a need for consumption anymore. It's
Yeah,
just through quantum physics. Like,
you're right, it's
this is
quantum
so
physics.
revolutionary. Oh my
Yes, it
God.
is. Because we moved away, Nicolette, from the physical paradigm, and we're now working in non-physical. And it's much easier to work with the non-physical. Remember, there was a time when people had a landline, and you had to have a
Yeah.
phone that
Yeah.
attached to a wire. Well, look at what wireless transmission has done, which is essentially non-physical transmission, so to speak. So when we move away from the physical impediments, the physical obstacles, and instead we can work exclusively now with energy and send energy into my quantum field, that's the easy way to do something. We transcend time and space. Light energy moves in a flash, as you said. And why not work with light energy? Why be tied down to the physical world?
Yeah. Okay, so you said you love what you do, but is there anything that keeps you up at night?
No, I sleep well. And I have to sleep well. I need my energy. And by the way, this chakra balancing actually helps me sleep. And many people said it's balance of brain waves and chakras so they can get a very deep sleep, an uninterrupted sleep.
Really, I believe you. I believe you because light can only align everything in our body and therefore allowing our organs to function properly according to their responsibilities. Beautiful. So this I'm down to my last question. So Tom, if you could create a quote right now for you to leave the audience listening and the world as your legacy, what would it be?
In reference to my work, we are scalar light beings. Our mind and our heart are scalar vessels. So God has given us the control of our mind and our heart to work with that light, the light of God. So everybody with a mind and a heart is a scalar energy being, and hence you have tremendous potential.
Perfect. Tom, I think that's it. I those are all my questions. I think this does not have to be a complicated interview, and you've been very straightforward and very consistent in your messaging, and I love the work that you're doing. I think I believe in it. I myself, um, I want to give it a try. I know it's gonna work. I know for sure it's gonna work.
And send in your pets. Send in your
Oh
pets.
yeah,
Why?
yeah. That was my next question. Can you work with pets too?
Yeah, we always do. And many of the
Okay.
pets have a favorable experience. Yeah, because pets
Really?
have germs that we have to remove. Pets have brain waves that we can rebalance. Sure. And we send vitamins to your pet just as we send vitamins to people through their photograph. Sure.
Oh my God. Okay, so I can send my photo after this interview, yeah?
Yes, I
And I'm
want you
gonna.
to. Yeah, and if
Okay,
you can,
okay.
please post in the notes the website, scalarlight.com.
Yes.
All you have to do, the age of the photograph doesn't matter. Just email us your photograph, and with your family's permission, you can send us a collage of photographs. And then
Right.
please share our website on social media. I would like to treat everybody in Asia by way of their photograph.
Remarkable. Okay. Thank you, Tom, for your time. I think that was really beautiful.
It's
Magnificent.
a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. I'll see you. I'll connect with you. Let's stay in
Okay,
touch.
okay. If you can, send me your email. We'll talk.
Yes, yes, I will. I will. I will drop you a message.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you. Bye-bye. You have a good day.
Yeah. And one more thing.
Yes.
I'd like to speak to you by Zoom or StreamYard again so we can discuss how we can help people in Asia whenever you have time.
Of course. Of course. I'll be connecting with you separately, offline.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you, Tom. Bye-bye.